A letter on complaining. When agreement becomes permission to the brothers and sisters who groan beneath the weight of frustration, to the sons and daughters of the Most High, yet tempted to speak from the flesh and not from the Spirit, grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I write to you as one still being refined, not as one perfected. I do not speak from a high place, but from a low one, a place familiar with weakness, with pressure, with the temptation to let the tongue run wild when the heart is bruised. Shall we pretend it is easy to keep silent when pain burns in the chest? Shall we act as though the righteous never feel weary, or the faithful never feel forgotten? No, I will speak plainly. There are days when the pain is louder than the promise, days when betrayal cuts deeper than the truth reaches. And in those moments the tongue stirs. We do not always speak to accuse. Sometimes we speak just to be understood. But even then, complaining is not neutral. It is not harmless. It is not holy. For what is it we are seeking when we complain? Is it not agreement, not healing, but permission? Permission to stay angry, to remain offended, to wrap bitterness in the robe of honesty. But my beloved, I urge you, do not be deceived. Agreement is not righteousness. Validation is not sanctification. Even those far from God seek friends, not for the truth, but for comfort in their sin. And when we use our voice to gather sympathy rather than to glorify God, we walk not by the Spirit, but by the flesh. I do not say this to condemn you. How could I? For I myself have stumbled. I too have wrestled in silence, and I too have murmured when I should have worshipped. Is it not true? In pain it is hard to stand, and harder still to keep it in. But what does the Lord require of us, if not to trust Him in the dark and bless Him in the valley? Our words matter. The tongue builds or breaks, and complaining is not a venting of emotions, it is a revealing of the heart. And when unchecked, it becomes a rebellion in disguise. Was it not this that kept our ancestors wandering for 40 years? They saw the seas part and manna fall, but still they grumbled. They gave more weight to their frustration than to the faithfulness of God. And in doing so, they hardened their own hearts. Let no one say that God grew cold. It was not His heart that hardened, it was theirs. And is it not so still? For complaining is like a child who nags, hoping to wear down a parent's will. But our God is not like man. He does not give in to noise. He is holy. He disciplines those He loves. He will not reward the grumbler with favor, but with correction. Why? Because He would rather train your heart than spoil your soul. Now consider 2 men, beaten, bound, and bleeding in the darkness of a prison. They could have wept. They could have raged. And yet Paul and Silas sang. They lifted praise from the pit. And what happened? The earth shook. The chains fell. Heaven responded. This is the power of worship. For while complaining gives voice to pain, worship gives place to God. But beware. Complaining may feel like fire against your enemies, but it is fire in your own house. You think you're burning those who wronged you, but you are burning your own peace. You scorch your joy. You torch your hope. And when the smoke clears, it is your lungs that choke. Do not let your tongue betray your soul. Even Christ, rejected by the ones He came to save, betrayed by His friend, abandoned by His followers, did not complain. He wept, He prayed, He remained silent. And He entrusted Himself to the Father who judges justly. So yes, it is hard, and yes, I have not yet mastered it. Thus, a master still remains over me. And in this, I give thanks. For through the mercy of God, He has placed 2 women in my life. One, my true mother in the flesh, a voice of steady truth when my spirit breaks. She does not flatter, she reminds. She does not simply soothe, she corrects in love. The other, a mother not of blood, but of grace. A borrowed vessel, a living example. She holds her tongue when it would be easier to speak. She carries her sorrow to the secret place. She meets her pain with prayer, not protest. She is not loud, but she is strong. Both women, strong in their own right. One reminds me, the other shows me, and both point me to Christ. This, beloved, is the strength heaven honors. So I do not write to you as a master of these things, but as one who is still learning, to surrender, to be quiet, to praise when it would be easier to burn. If you cannot stand today, then fall at his feet. Let that be your worship. Let that be your strength. He will lift you. You can place your faith in your feelings or in his word. You can give power to your circumstance or trust in the power of your God. Choose well. From the Shepherd's Dog.